I'm Srijan Sen. I'm an assistant professor in the Department of Psychiatry and a member of the Depression Center. The project I'm working most on is using, I can describe it a little bit just to give some background, using interns, first-year physicians as a model of stress. So they work 80, 100 hours a week, get yelled at for making mistakes, and often don't really know what they're doing that well. So it's a stressful time there. Before the year starts, about 3–4% of them are depressed, which is like the general population. During the year, about half of them have an episode of depression. So it's a pretty big increase. So we enroll about 700–800 interns a year and assess them beforehand and try to see if we can find factors, in particular genetic factors and other sort of markers, to see if we can predict which half will get depressed and which half won't get depressed. And it's an exciting time for this sort of research because our ability to do genetic research has expanded dramatically in the last 10 years. The technology in genomics and the Human Genome Project has really made it far more possible to really understand the genetic basis that underlies depression. So, work that would take 10 years, or 10 years, a decade or two ago, can be done in a week or two now. So I'm really hopeful that we really can help to understand the genetic basis of depression. We're making some progress in identifying genes, and we found an association between a specific gene, a serotonin transporter gene, and response to stress and depression. So people with people with either copy of the gene had no real difference in depression under normal times, but under stress, people with one copy of the gene had a much higher rate of depression than the other, and that's probably, there's been a lot of sort of false positives, but that's probably the first real concrete association between a specific genetic factor and depression. In and of itself is not that huge a deal, but it shows what we can do, and hopefully in the next few years we'll find more and more genes that are involved.